Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Stash Report from the Stash Project. Today is October 20th, 2017. We've skipped a couple weeks here. There really hasn't been a whole heck of a lot going on. It's just sort of an odd little quiet time. Plus, I've been incredibly busy, so in addition to obviously getting, uh, you know, less bushy. So we have some kid announcements here today, literally today. The first quarter information from Revell leaked out, as in the fact that Hobbico on Tower Hobbies put all these kits on. My alarm clock is going off. It's time for me to get up. There we go. Now you can hear me. You might not be able to hear the alarm clock, but I didn't. It was annoying. So there's that, and then there's a whole bunch of kits to go over. Really, not a whole heck of a lot. Just you'll see, it's not just a tremendous amount of things that have been released. Next week's show will be busier on the release side of things. But first up, the kit announcements. So like I said, this is the first quarter of next year for Revell, 2018, January through March. They are going to be reissuing their 1948 Ford convertible with a grease tie-in. So this is going to be the white 48 Ford Grease Lightning thing. So we're going to get some new parts put in there, the Nerf bar front bumpers and decals, obviously, to make that movie car. But otherwise, the 48 Ford's been around for a while, so it's nothing tremendously new there. They're also going to be modifying their 1969 Mustang Mach 1 into a Boss 302. And what is really cool about this, just in an overall sense, is the fact that they're going back and fixing the front end of that tooling. Anybody who has any of these 69 Mustangs, remember this is a separate tooling that Revell did. It's not the 12470 Mustang that Monogram had done that they've reissued. Is the front end's all droopy on it. It just looks like utter crud. There was at one point a resin conversion piece to fix the nose of that. I don't know whatever happened to that. I'm assuming it's been gone for a while, since it was a couple years ago. So have for once in their lives listened to the complaints of their consumers about the front end of the 69 Mustang, and they're going to fix it. Now, what that fix ends up looking like, I don't know. More than likely, they will be at the Detroit DAM show, the DAAM, the Detroit Area Auto Modelers, on the 12th of November with this stuff. They tend to have gone to that show the last couple of years. Mobius will also be at that show on November 12th, so we look forward to getting some more information there. Dave Messner, the head of product development, has already come online in a couple different places and said that they will have future kits there, but there will be no dates or times attached to any of the stuff. It's just sort of teasing some new things. So there's that. And then on the straight reissue side of things, they're going to reissue the 1966 Pontiac GTO. They're reissuing the 124 scale monogram Pro Stock Camaro, this time as Frank Acciano's Pro Stock dragster. So this is the same kit, new decals. They're going to reissue the 94 Impala SS kit. That's originally, of course, the Caprice police car that was turned into the Impala SS. This is going to be a factory stock version of it, not the donk one. They're also going to reissue Rommel's rod, because why not? And the one Reeboks we're going to get in the first quarter will be the Porsche Junior tractor, the little snap-tight diesel tractor, little EDB thing that sort of competes, if you will, with the Heller Ferguson that they did. It's very interesting to see that is the Reeboks that we're going to get. We're not getting a Reeboks of the McLaren 570. We're not getting a Reeboks of the AMG GT. And at least not right up front, we're not getting a Reeboks of the Panamera. Now, the Panamera is scheduled for U.S. distribution in December at this point. But as it stands, the only Reeboks of the 4 kits of the last 2 years, automotive-wise, out of Revell Germany, is going to be the tractor. I really don't care one way or the other. I was going to get the tractor. It doesn't matter to me which way I get the tractor. I will probably buy the tractor through Revell Germany, because I hate it when they take Revell Germany stuff and cram it into our North American boxes, because they're not designed to fit into them. But it's for anybody who's interested in that kit and wasn't looking to spend the $30 or so for a Revell Germany kit. That one thing is going to be what gets reboxed, and that is pretty much it in terms of kit news. Because of the All Japan Toy and Hobby Show, obviously there's not a whole lot of Japanese kit information out there coming, because that show just happened. Plus, that show pretty much gave everybody's agenda, if you will, for the last part of this year. There will be some spot run stuffs added as each month goes along, but those will come along at the end of the month or beginning of the month, not in the middle where we're at. So let's take a look at what kits have come out for the month of December. I'm not sure if that's a legitimate call or not. Nope, that was a little bit of pocket dialing there from a Facebook Messenger. That's great because that if anybody knows what Facebook Messenger looks like on your phone, it is incredibly easy to accidentally start either an audio call or a video call with it while you're trying to like either go back or type a message. But be that as it may, we have a couple of releases from round 2 as well as the stuff from overseas, because as of this instant in time, the Revell kits are not out yet. So round 2 on the AMT side of things reissued this, which of course is the Mack Cruise Liner, the Class 8 semi. Just a straight reissue here. Nothing new about it, except of course it has a more robust set of decals than it had in the past, as of course round 2 sort of gag, if you will, in terms of doing kit reissues, making the decal sheet a little bigger than it was in the past. Over at Polar Light, you may recall, there's one reissue this month over there, and that is the 69 Barracuda from the Tom Mongoose McEwen dragster. So this is the Canyon Hughes dragster that has been done in the past, just with new decals and pad printed M&H Racemaster tires. So those may have been in the old kit too. I don't build drag kits, so I'm not sure if they were in there or not. But not a new thing, just new decals. And then on the MPC side of things, 2 of the 3 kits are out over there. And they are the large-scale 1/16th 1979 Pontiac Firebird, straight reissue there. And then the reissue of the 69 Dodge Charger as the Country Charger. Round 2 put out box art saying, what was your favorite, kit of this fall stuff? And there's some stuff that hasn't come out yet, like the Datsun pickup truck and the 17 Camaro reissue that should be out any day now, but they weren't out by the time we filmed this. And the Country Charger, of course, got a little comment section going about, oh, the Dukes of Hazzard, and you guys are caving to Black Lives Matters. And it's like, I, honest to God, as my witness, never believed I would see a model kit tied to a social movement before. You can think whatever you want to about BLM. I'm not here to discuss politics. But when you go online demanding that NPC grow a spine and stand up to the political correctness, you come off as a racist. Don't care if you meant to or not. Your little hood, your little white hood showing. Knock that crap off. You can think of whatever they, their methods and tactics. We're not discussing politics, but if you can't admit that there is an overall arching problem, then I don't know what to tell you. Leave it at that. So that would be the domestic stuff for the moment. We'll go overseas. One resin kit that comes out. We usually don't talk about resin stuff very often. Is this? This is the Modelers Nissan 370Z Nismo edition. So this kit is out now, actually sold out when it was released. If you want one, I'm not sure where you get one at right now because all of the vendors are sold out of them. And I don't know that there are any more coming in the sense of there being more, but the production run sold out. The next kit that's coming out of Modelers, we showed you all those new resin kits in the All Japan Toy and Hobby Show stuff, is the Honda S660 Alpha, the little new Honda Beat, as people like to call it. So that is the next one. It's up for pre-order. Actually, it was up for pre-order the day this came out, which was 5 or 6 days ago. And so if you want one of those, get on the pre-order train in a big fat hurry because this sold out so fast that Hobby Link Japan, at least initially, couldn't fill their pre-orders for it because they didn't get enough of them. Modelers, or actually really Inner Allied, oversold it and they couldn't deliver the kits. I got one, but I know at least one friend who had one on order, who ordered it a week later after I did not. It's discontinued at HLJ the last time I looked. So, be aware, so to speak. If you want one, especially limited edition resin stuff like this that is sold through major vendors like Hobby Link Japan and Hobby Search, you got to grab it when it comes out or else you're probably going to miss out. Hasegawa reissued 2 more race car kits. They are the Niseki Trust Porsche 962C 1991 Le Mans version. Same old kit. The 962s or Cs are all the same, more or less. This is, of course, a new set of decals. This livery scheme has not been done in the past. The other one is the Jaguar XJR9 IMSA, the 1988 Daytona 24 Hours winner. This kit has been done a number of times in the past. It's been a little while since it's been out. But, if you're interested in that, this is, of course, the short tail, so to speak, version of it. They reissued the Le Mans version earlier this year, so now both of them are back out in the active catalog, as it were. Fujimi hang on, I've got a couple more Hasegawa kits here. So this kit finally came out. This was supposed to come out back in, I believe, October, or not October, but back in August, rather. And this is the Toyota Celica 1600 1972 Nippon Grand Prix. These are the legitimate race versions of this kit. There's the stock version with the stock wheels, because the stock version comes with Watanabe's, actually. And then there is a race-inspired version that's over fenders, and then there's this one that's legitimately a race car. The reissue of this kit, which is the Subaru Impreza. I'm trying to figure out when this came out. I think this is actually technically, yeah, this is not an Impreza, it's a Legacy, first of all. But yeah, this is an October kit. 93 Legacy RS. This is the New Zealand Rally. This was the first win of Colin McRae's career, so if you're really into him, and no reason you couldn't be, he's a great rally driver. This represents the first winning car that he drove. And then the other reissue is this. This is the Porsche 968 Club Sport. Pretty much mirrors the existing Porsche 968 kit that they reissued about 1.5 years ago. It's a not quite technically full detail kit, but it's about 98% of the way there in terms of engine, transmission, and all that stuff. This comes with sort of a back seat delete, some sport seats, and a different set of wheels. There's a bunch of pieces in here from the 944 Turbo, which allow you to sort of make a couple of different little side options. You could turbocharge the 968, which technically, didn't do, at least not in the format that it was released by Hasegawa. Hasegawa never did a 968 turbo, but you could sort of kind of almost build one a little backwards. One of the big hop-up kits for a 968 is to use the turbocharger out of the 944. Playmos is also going to be doing their own set of wheels for this. I believe a set of seats and a photo etch set. So if you're interested in the Club Sport and you want to upgrade it a little bit, should be end of the year or so, because there's a whole bunch of stuff coming out of Playmos, and pretty much it's all being crammed into the resin caster at one time. So it's all going to come out at one time, probably before the end of the year. But that's a cool kit to have come back. I don't believe it's been reissued ever. I think it was done back in the mid-1990s when the 944 and the 968 were done originally. And I don't believe the Club Sport has ever been reissued. So that's cool to have back. And, you never have too many Porsches. It's physical impossibility. Now, on to the Fujimi stuff. Fujimi reissued this month the 1994 Mitsubishi FTO. This can be built as either the GS or the GPX trim lines within the confines of a baseline Fujimi static model kit. That means that there are different sets of wheels and, of course, different decals. I believe there's maybe a different set of seats or a different steering wheel in there as well. But these were two kits that were sold separately in the past, now combined into one box. The other Fujimi reissue is the 1995 Honda Odyssey. This can be built as either the L or the S type, and the L type is the four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive version. Again, here, primary differences are wheels, and then, of course, there is the four-wheel drive drivetrain components that are separate. Basically, it's just a transaxle and a drive shaft to convert the car from front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. And the Odyssey's been a little while since this kit's been out as well. Just, how many people are buying a 95 Honda Odyssey van just out of stock, so to speak. Hey, look, I'm going through Hobby Link Japan, and there's a random minivan. I'll buy that. I don't think it's a whole heck of a lot, but they'll sell these because, again, it's probably been 6, 8, 10 years since it was reissued. And this, again, is two separate kits that are combined into one. Over at Aoshima, they have a few things that have come out. Not a lot has come out, actually, this month so far. The one kit that's been reissued from this month is the Mazda Speed AutoZam AZ1. This kit is a reissue of a reissue. I mean, it's obviously a reissue, but this kit was just reissued not that long ago, probably less than 12 months ago, just in a regular like boxing for their S series tuner series, and now this has been reboxed into the tuned model car lineup. So there's that. There were 2 sets of wheels that were specifically reissued for the month of October, and they are the Formula Mesh, as well as the Kako Tekken 14-inch wheel sets. Those are just a restock. And then you have the actual wheel sets for this month, for the month of October, and these are all 19-inch wheel sets. And they are the Wedge Sports SA70s, the Rays Volk Racing GTVs, the Volk Racing GTCs, as well as the Super Advan Racing version 2. People will say that's a 6-spoke wheel, but 3-spoke wheels are evil and you shouldn't buy them. That's just a personal thing. I cannot stand 3-spoke wheels. Just a thing. Doesn't do a thing for me. I will also tell you that you shouldn't buy 3-spoke wheels. Do not propagate them. And then we have 4 more rather, of the Grand Champion kits. These were supposed to come out in August, got delayed till October. These are the last 4. These are 12, 13, 14, and 15, or 13, 14, 15, and 16. And they are the 330 Gloria, the Toyota 210 Soarer, the 430 Gloria, which is the next generation Gloria from the 330, and the Celica Liftback 2000 GT. So, your 14-inch wheel sets all were pretty much derived from the reissue of the Grand Champions series. So now, at this point, all 16 of the kits that were in the original Grand Champions series, remember there's like 4 or 5 Grand Champions series total that they did over the years, but the original Grand Champions series, kits that have not been reissued in 11 years, they are all now back out. Some of them have sold out. They've restocked several of them. So if you want one, you probably can still go find them. They were sold out for a little while, but they just recently did a restock. At least Hobby Search got a restock of pretty much all of them, and then these 4 finally got released. A couple little other things we're talking about real quick. We don't focus a lot on Italeri stuff because so much of Italeri stuff is either reissues of old stuff or it's hard to figure out what's new and what's not. One kit that is out that we had talked about in before it came out, but we never really discussed the fact that it is out there and available, is the Mercedes-Benz Actros MP4 Gigaspace. This was the all-new tool European Class 8 tractor. This kit's actually been out for probably 3 or 4 months now. It's running about $60, give or take, here in the United States, depending on what the shipping costs. I bring this up mainly because HobbyLink Japan and Hobby Search got a huge thing. The big thing for both companies in terms of new kit announcements was they're going to start carrying Italeri's product line. The reason why I bring that up is that this kit's actually released. You can buy one of these right now anywhere you want to, and that's this. This is the reissue of the old Essie Ford Escort RS 800 Mark II. Revell of Germany also did this kit at one point in time, but it's back out. But the reason I'm bringing it up is the fact that HobbyLink Japan is going to have it out for December, and it is about $7 cheaper to get through Japan than it is to get either through Europe itself or through any U.S. distributor. It is available U.S. distributors. You can go on eBay and find them all over the place. But, yeah, it was just an oddity that it's cheaper in Japan than it is anywhere else, including the country that it comes out of, especially when you start factoring in European shipping to the United States. So, guys, I believe that about wraps this one up. Like I said, we should have all the Revell domestic stuff next week. We should have pretty much the remaining parts of the Japanese kit releases, and that right now pretty much is all Aoshima stuff. Be interested to see if the BMW M6, where that's at. People who follow the Stash Project page know that I got one of those. It was supposed to be out this month, for everybody. Don't know where it's at. I sort of expected it to come out in the beginning of the month, but as of yet hasn't shown up. We're going to do a kit review of that eventually when I get time, because there's a couple little quirks about that I think you should know about before you go into it. And John did an out-of-boxing video of it real quick, but you kind of need a more in-depth look at it, I think, in order before you make the purchase, because considering what it costs, They're vending them for like $52 plus in the United States. So before you go out and spend that kind of money, you need to kind of see a few things, in my opinion. So anyway, guys, like I said, have a good weekend, and we'll see you on the other side.